Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where last episode we just returned from the surface of the moon, and now we need to figure out what exactly we want to work on next. Before we spend this science, I want to hop into the mission control and see what we can do here. Let's see here. Rendezvous 2 vessels in orbit of the moon. That's something we're probably not going to do immediately. Plant another flag on the moon is something that is going to happen. The question is that going to be a now thing? We'll grab that. Science data from space around Kerbal is also something we can do immediately. So we may as well grab that. What else do we have here? Honestly, not too much. But I mean, rendezvousing 2 vessels in orbit of the moon is probably something that we should grab. I was hoping... Well, actually, rescue Gilbis from orbit of the moon. Now, this is something that we can definitely do at the same time as rendezvousing, because in order to rendezvous with Gilbis, we have to rendezvous with Gilbis. So we can do that. We'll grab that one. Beautiful. What else are we interested in doing here? Kenkin from orbit around Kerbal. Can we do that on the way to or from our moon rescue? Potentially. Potentially. I'm just thinking about the number of Kerbals. We'd have to redesign our heavy lifter, payload. But that's fine. We can do that. So, we grab this. There's also this guy and this guy, who are both stranded in low orbit. Okay. How many of these do we want to do? Well, we can get them all done in one go, I feel like. So let's grab all of that. That puts us at 7. So that means that we need to do this rescue mission. However, we need to do science data from space around Kerbal. Let's hop into the tracking station real quick. I'm going to untrack the lunar capsule here and the Milnard scrap. Just get those cleaned up so that I don't accidentally rendezvous with one of those. And from there, we should go to the satellite heavy lifter. I believe the later one? I believe so. I believe this is the one that has a thermometer on it. I think I forgot a thermometer on the other one. So let's go ahead and check here. Do you have a thermometer? No. It must be the other one. Okay, let's hop over to here then. Beautiful. And let's get that contract complete. So we'll grab this thermometer, log the temperature. We'll transmit that back. It's not worth any science, but it is worth a contract completion. Beautiful. So now we'll hop back to the Space Center, and we need to rework our landing vehicle, or rather our rescue vehicle, a little bit. So I'm going to just recreate the payload module of that, and then we'll use our existing heavy lifter. I think that'll be absolutely fine. We're going to need enough space for how many Kerbals? We need a pilot. We need 1, 2, 3, 4 Kerbal slots. So 5 total Kerbals in this. That's a lot of Kerbals. But we can use the re-entry module. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to open up our moon landing machine, and we're going to modify it from here. So we're going to detach this. There we go. And then we're going to detach all of this. We do not need any of that. We don't need this science module, but we'll get back to that in a moment. So we have enough seats for 2 in the P. And we're not going to be bringing along Bill. This is going to be, I think, Valentina that we bring along as our pilot. Yeah, that should be fine. And then we're going to need enough seating for 3. Which is an awkward number. What if we brought a crew cabin? But then we had a Probodopodine Octo here and didn't need a pilot. That's an interesting concept. The major issue that I have with it is we don't really have a great satellite relay network, as in we don't have a satellite relay network. So I don't think that's a great idea. just double checking here. Yeah, we need 4 seats here. Okay. And of course we have 4, but we need a pilot. So what else can we do? What else can we store crew in? This is awkward, for sure. This is more awkward. We could do this. It's an option. And then we would have this come in, and we would put in a heat shield here. So a 1.25 meter heat shield like this. This would be what we would return, although we would want to move our drogues to be down, like, here-ish. I don't love this positioning, like, up here. And then our main would go here. This is quite a bit lighter of a payload, I'm pretty sure about that. And then, of course, we need a decoupler here. So a TD12 decoupler. And then, actually, there's already a decoupler in this stack, so we don't need that. We can just slot that in like this. In theory, this would work. In theory. Yeah, I don't love that positioning, but it is what it is. Okay, so cool. We do something kind of like this. It's wacky, but it should be more than powerful enough. Our thrust to weight ratio is 1.54, which is, let's actually save that as the Moon Rescue machine. Let's go ahead and save that, and let's reopen the Moon Landing machine. I'm checking the thrust to weight number. Yeah, this is definitely slightly lighter. We're not going to have this fuel up here, so we're going to be operating just on this fuel, but we're also not going in for a landing. We just have to do rendezvous maneuvers. So in theory, it should be reasonably fine. Okay, so let's not save this. Let's open up the Moon Rescue machine. Perfect. And let's make sure that we have our correct crew here. We only want Valentina. No one else. Technically, we could bring Bill along, actually. Putting him, like, right here. He would be coming along just for XP. And we have these 4 empty seats, and we have 4 Kerbals that we're going to be rescuing. We're not going to be planting the flag on the moon this mission, obviously. But we don't need to spend any science to make this happen either, I don't think. I think that this is enough Delta V to make this happen. Judging by how much we had on this when we were landing, it should be fine. Okay, let's go ahead and launch this. I think we are good to go. So we definitely have a different payload module here. No doubt about that. It's a little bit lighter, but a little bit longer. So that'll make things slightly awkward aerodynamically, but our previous flight was so stable aerodynamically that I'm expecting this to be okay. So SAS on, throttle up. Let's double check our staging. That is something I did not do in the VAB. So we should do that right now. That all looks good as expected. And then, okay, we just move this up. Otherwise, that looks fine. Cool. So let's lift off. Valentina and Bill are heading off to find some friends. But first, okay, just looking at these. We'll set Henfrod's Derelict as our target. And we're just going to warp forward for a little bit here. So I just saw anti-target pass over here. We should see target popping in over here. Yep, here it comes. Okay. Cool. I'm throttling up. And we're going to launch around now-ish. Okay. It's probably not going to be perfect, but I'm bad at this, so it'll be fine. Up we go, and we're not going to really chase this super hard. That's wiggling back and forth more than I'd like it to. That's for sure. Let's just lock prograde here and let it go from here. Is this too much prograde? Maybe. I'm just watching our time to apoapsis up here. It seems to be decent for now. I'm just wondering if this is going to get us enough enough vertical speed. But so far it seems to be reasonable. We may have to hold attitude soon, though. We'll just keep an eye on that time to apoapsis. It is increasing, so it's looking good on that front. And it's clear that we launched slightly late, but that's okay. And we're definitely going pretty quick here. We are going to have these side boosters detaching in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Cool. And we're pushing our apoapsis height up nicely. Excellent. So in terms of our actual apoapsis, it's pretty clear that we're behind Henfrod's derelict, right? That's pretty clear. So what I want to be doing right now is actually burning directly at target, maybe even a little beyond the target. Basically burning pure horizontal right now. Okay, right about here. And we're watching this intersect get a little bit closer, but it's going to be not super close due to timing. That's okay. We'll push up our apoapsis, I feel like, to a little higher. Yeah, we'll just do a regular intercept at around 200 kilometers. Should be fine. So we're just giving up on that timing. I missed the timing. It's okay. No big deal there. And we're just continuing to push on up. And there we go. So this is not going to be a particularly close intercept. That's fine. So at the apoapsis, we will then bring this on out, add a maneuver here, and we're looking to circularize. Something kind of like this. 200 kilometers is probably overkill. But honestly, looking at the amount of delta V that we've got right now, I'm really deeply unconcerned. You know what I am concerned about? I didn't add solar panels. Okay. That is dumb. That's very dumb. We have no way to recharge this other than the alternator on our engine. This engine does have an alternator as well. So in theory, we can make this work. In theory. But I am very, very dumb. That's clear. I'm just wondering if I want to abort this flight at this point. What we could do is we could just get these, return with that, drop this single crew cabin, and I'm going to turn SAS off for the moment. Drop the single crew cabin, and then go... Do we even need a double crew cabin if we're going to go up over here? That's a Lenbert's derelict. That's quite an inclination. Okay, noted. Yeah, I think we're going to split this into multiple flights. And the primary reason for that is A, I didn't look at the inclination of this particular location. And B, we don't have solar panels. Okay, I'm going to throttle up very, very gently so that we are regenerating some electric charge and start turning over this direction. Okay. And we're just going to tumble over there a little bit. Cool. This will be a manageable situation. It's just awkward. Very, very awkward. But yeah, this is going to be split into multiple flights, and we'll make some alterations to this after this flight. So that'll be fine. We're going to go for the 2 in low Kerbal orbit for right now, and then we'll go after the others. That'll probably be in a single flight, by the way, for the record. Okay, I'm just going to adjust our heading here very slightly. And we'll warp on over. Cool. And we'll begin this burn in about 57 seconds. So we'll continue to warp. And we'll just have to be careful with our battery usage. Re-entry could be interesting, though. Okay. So 5 seconds. 2, 1, and burn. So here goes our circularization, and that recharges our battery due to our alternator on the engine. So that's fine. Both of our engines have alternators. This is probably good enough as far as orbit goes. Yes, that'll do. And with Henfrod's Derelict as our target, let's go ahead and bring this down retrograde, and we're going to look for intercepts. If I can actually interact with the button, that would be nice. There we go. From this angle, it's hard to see. Okay, that's pretty close. Cool, so we'll change that timing to be about here. 9.6 kilometers. We can try to fine-tune that, but honestly, this is close enough. So that'll be fine. We will go ahead and head over to that area. We'll just get this moving. I'm going to throttle up very gently to get that motion started. And now we will physics warp. We've got time to get to this maneuver point, so that'll be fine. We're just being very careful with our electric charge because I'm dumb. Okay, this will get us close. I don't think it'll get me exactly to where we want to be, but it'll be fine. Yeah, we're going to need to freeze physics here and bring this up slightly. Up we go. Maybe. This reaction wheel isn't great for turning all of this weight, but it's fine. Okay, we're on our way over. And let's warp. Cool. Now we'll warp to the actual point. And we'll commence this burn shortly. So 59 seconds. We'll continue to warp here. 30 seconds. 20. Cool. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Okay. I'm just chasing the node a little bit here. Cool. So something along the lines of this should do. That's not super close. Let's flip around to prograde. Or really, we should be like pro target, but I'm going to physics warp here, and I'm watching our electric charge. SAS off, and we're going to drift on over. Cool. And this is looking good for trajectory. Or at least good-ish. Good enough. We'll freeze the physics and bring this on down. I'm watching this separation. And it's not going to get to 0, but it doesn't need to. Ah. We need to pull this back now. That's unfortunate. We'll head over towards retrograde. Very unfortunate indeed that pulled up that direction. But, I mean, it is what it is. It's mostly only unfortunate because it takes a while to turn using this method, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll make our way over and pull this on back a little bit. I'm not going to call that, you know, moving to retrograde, but sure. We'll make our way over this way. There we go. Because we need to pull back some retrograde here. No doubt about that. So I'm going to burn gently here. And I mean, honestly, this is close enough. So we'll call that good. And we are now going to warp up to around here-ish. We're going to switch into target mode. Cool. And we're going to want to push our node a little bit here. With this level of turn, it's going to be interesting, for sure. We're definitely facing the wrong way here. Okay, I'm going to have to burn ever so slightly here as we turn, just to generate some electricity from our alternator. Okay, we're moving around to target retrograde. Okay. So at this point, we want to overshoot this a little bit. There we go. The node will now be much easier to move. I'm going to freeze our physics because we're having a hard time actually moving it that direction. Okay. And right now, all we're looking to do is push this node. That's all we're looking to do. Cool. Now, we want the retrograde marker to be at anti-target. So it's going to continue to head around. But at this point, I'm okay with burning towards the target and bringing this on over here. Okay. There we go. So what is our current intersect? Well, it's a ways away. That is to be expected. And we're just letting this drift on around. We want to be over here. So I'm bringing this on in. If we can turn slightly here. Okay. Something more like... not exactly this. It's so hard to do this when we can't turn. Okay. Let's physics warp around. And we're just going to burn towards target here. That's all we're going to do. We're going to do a get closer burn. That's what we need to do. I just don't have the fine control to do what I'm trying to do here, unfortunately. So that's awkward for sure. And we're just going to bring this on in here and burn towards target. Where is the target marker? This would be a lot easier as well if we had some Kerbal experience. We don't. I don't see the target marker just yet, which is awkward. Very, very awkward. Where is that target marker? There it is. Okay. So we're just going to pull the prograde marker down this direction. And you can see our separation getting closer. Ooh. We've picked up a lot of rotational speed. Okay, let me fix that. There we go. Trying to pull down this direction. It's not wanting to go that way, but we'll get there. Okay. This is about where I want to be burning. Now you can see here our separation is... oh, no wonder it's feeling weird. It's trying to go back to prograde. Stop it. Stop going back to prograde. Okay. We want to bring this separation down further. We definitely want to get closer. We're too far away, that's very clear. So we're going to bring this on in. About here-ish is where I'm going to burn. About here. Okay. And we can see our separation dropping. Cool. We want to get the prograde marker on the towards target marker. That's what we want here. Our periapsis is currently in the atmosphere, so we're certainly going to need to change that. But that's fine. It is making its way down right now. But we will definitely change that when we make this actual intersection. So, this is not an efficient way to do this, that's for sure. Let's pull this on over this direction. We need to come over this direction more. Come on, you can get pulled over. Okay, we need to be flipping to retrograde right now. And we're going to have to burn on the way over to get this rotation started. Slightly awkward, but there we go. Because now what we need is we need to get this velocity changed. Because where are we right now relative to the vehicle? Okay, there we are. So I'm going to start up this burn now. Okay. There we go. Things will be easier to maneuver now. So that's good. And let's just bring this on in to around... Well, actually, I'm going to push it over this direction a bit. Can we not? Can we not go this way? Thanks. Okay. I want to push the node this way. So we want to burn up here. We want to do a corrective burn here. Just trying to angle it a bit more than this. We want to be up over here right now. And bring it on in. So let's just correct this ever so slightly. Cool. That's almost correct. I'm going to turn the SAS off. And we now see that we have a separation of about 3 kilometers. Okay. So that's much better. At this point, we're going to go over towards prograde. Very awkward intercept, but it's what happens when we're trying to do things wrong. Okay, we're going to pull this over to be like... Not quite that. I'm not sure why we started drifting up this way. I want to be more down here right now. Okay. There we go. And now we'll let this flip over to retrograde. Okay, there's no inputs happening. I'm not sure why it's going this direction when we were going this direction, but whatever. How close to retrograde is this going to get us? The answer is not very at this juncture. Just picked up quite a tumble here, and it's getting worse, but we can always arrest that, which we'll do. There we go. And now we're going to bring it down this direction. There we go. This is more like what we want. Okay, so let's push this node a bit, freezing that rotation. Where is the vehicle in question? There it is. 1.4 kilometers. Cool. So I'm doing a corrective burn here. I do want this to get pushed a little bit further. There. That'll do. Now let's head over to retrograde. This should be basically, well, not necessarily close enough. We are going to need to do a few more corrective burns. The main problem with these right now is we're only at 3.3 meters per second. So some RCS would definitely help this and make this easier, but, you know, not having to worry about electric charge would help too. That would help an awful lot. Okay, let's just go ahead and burn slightly towards target, which of course means we have to turn this all the way around, which is deeply unfortunate. But we do. We have to turn it around. Why are we dropping electric charge with SAS off? Hang on. That's weird. Okay. Come on. Bring it around. We want to pull this on over. Okay. Continuing to correct this trajectory. There. Now we'll go to retrograde. Cool. So we can see that we are closing in here, and this should get us close enough. So that should be fine. Turning the SAS off here. So what is draining our electric charge with the SAS off, I'm wondering? I don't know. That's intriguing. But we're just going to kill our relative velocity now. We're definitely going to be close enough. Cool. Okay, let's hop on over and let's rescue Henfraud. Okay, Henfraud, hop on out, let go, and we're going up over here. Beautiful. So in we go. Definitely an awkward way to intercept, but I'm going to make some modifications to this, for sure, after this flight. But we'll hop in here, and we've got another Kerbal that we're going to need to rescue. That is going to be a next episode sort of thing. We'll rendezvous with that, and hopefully it'll be a little bit less awkward next episode. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including, I don't have my notepad on the correct monitor, that's exciting, Kazaral, ALS Gamer, Ken2In, James, Shadowwolf, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Unisol, Kadra, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.